Guys, good afternoon. Scott Donovan coming at you today, international sales trainer, mentor and coach, to discuss the difference between open and closed questions. Now, I know it must seem fairly obvious what is the difference between an open and a closed question, but you know, you're very surprised when you come into a sales room and you have new sales executives there who don't know the difference. So that's what we're going to discuss right here, right now. So let's begin with what is a closed question. Now, a closed question is really a question that can be answered with no or yes, really. So, for example, would you like to use this product or service? And then the prospect says or can answer, no, I don't want to. So that's really a closed question, right? So on the other hand, an open question would be something like, how did you experience this product or service the last time you used it? Right? So you're getting a similar kind of question, right? But with the types of questions, one can be answered with a no or yes, and the other one can be answered with, a sentence or more, right? So you want to use the sentence or more, so an open question, to uncover more information so you can use against the client later. What I mean by against the client later is that the information that they give you, you need to digest that really quickly, and you need to be, formulating your next question, right? And it needs to involve the information that they've just given you, because too often in the industry, what will happen is new executives, they will ask a kind of interview style questions. So they'll just go on to the next question that is not relevant or not related to the previous question they asked. So what happens is the prospect starts to think that you're not actually listening to them, and they start to think, why am I even talking to this person? Why am I wasting my breath on them? They're not listening to the information that I'm giving them, right? So you quickly need to start formulating problems within the information that they're giving you, and then match that to solutions basically down the line. So that's the difference between open and closed questions. So the next thing that you need to do is to ask yourself, when do I use an open question and when do I use a closed question? So as mentioned, open questions are going to get you more information, which is of course good, but closed questions, for example, they can also be good. So for example, you've ticked all your boxes in terms of you qualified the leads, they're ready basically for a close. You can ask them, look, do you want to go ahead with this deal? Yes or no? So that can be one instance when you're going to use the closed question. The second example of when you'd use a closed question is that, say for instance, you're speaking to Mrs. Betty Boo, who lives in the middle of Whoop Whoop, middle of the countryside. She's sitting by her phone just waiting for people to call every single day, got no one to speak to, she's super lonely, and she just wants to have a chat, right? She doesn't shut up. So that's when you want to start answering closed questions, so you can get her to stop speaking really, and then you can start to formulate some open-ended questions about the information that you want to talk about. But if she's going off on a tangent, start asking closed questions. Now, open questions, as we said, you want to start answering good open questions so you can get the information. But you don't want it to sound like an interview. So, you can ask too many questions that sound like an interview and not hitting their pain spot. But we're going to discuss that, how to ask a good situation question, and then go on to the other types of questions that will get you down deeper into the pain points of the customers next time. All right, guys, thanks very much. Hope you got something out of that. Subscribe here.